Hey, Bricky, we're back. And today I'm back for another video. Today's video, well, actually, it's not late today, it's nighttime, but you get the point. But anyway, I'm recording video for I'm going to be showing you a problem with the newest version of Industrial Park that came out a year ago or something. This is the newest version of Industrial Park. Yeah. Newest version. I never used the randomizer. The randomizer was actually fixed. If you guys remember, there was a couple builds that came out in 2022. Yeah, 2022. We got past version 1.66 something. There was a version. It was the last version. The randomizer worked. Despite Scooby-Doo having audio bugs when you jump as Scoob, and that game would act weird. It's actually pretty funny. If you randomize that one, it actually corrupts the audio and damages the audio. And bfbb also damages the audio. Like every time you click spatulas in the hub, you get Goo Goo music for no reason. That's not part of the randomizer. That's a bug. There's little things like that, and if you go to Poseidon, when you grab a spatula, a SpongeBob, if the SpongeBob's near Sandy, you can grab the spatula and it'll play chipmunk voices of SpongeBob saying some of his SB sounds, just high pitched chipmunk, for a few seconds. It's not the spatula. Yeah, there's little audio bugs with 1.52 Industrial Park randomizer and the version, those couple versions. Then they fixed it, and the randomizer actually worked really well. It worked for Scooby, it worked for bfbb. Movie had problems a lot. No, movie game still had. I think movie game. I think all of them worked at one point. Maybe movie game had problems too. You couldn't hear background music and background sounds and cutscenes. It'll go. It would make a clicking noise, and then you have no sound, and it would crash randomly. It was the new randomizer. Okay. Just try and do this. The new randomizer, you could actually like the one after 1.6 something, like the Industrial Park had a problem with links. For those that use Industrial Park, you know what I'm talking about. This is the heavy mod manager, but for those that use Industrial Park, you know that problem I'm talking about, where yeah, for those that use Industrial Park, you know the older version, you couldn't actually copy and paste in links. If you open links in bfbb, I don't know if Movie Game did it, but in bfbb, you couldn't copy and paste something. So if you would type in, I don't know a good example for this, but you couldn't copy and paste something. So if you would copy something like in the links, like you could copy something and paste like objects and assets. Yeah, that was fine. But if you would copy like, okay, enter player, duplicatron pause. You know how in links you have to copy that link and then paste it and then change it. So you exit player. This will pause the duplicatron. You couldn't do that. If you would copy and paste, it would paste a bunch of numbers and it wouldn't copy it properly. So you couldn't even the links didn't work. You actually couldn't you couldn't use links. They were literally broken. But the randomizers all worked. Then the new version fixed Industrial Park editor, worked really well, but the randomizer was broken for a while. The editor is really good at this point. It still is good today. Other than bfbb putting the layers in the wrong spot. But you can easily fix those. But yeah, the layers do go in the wrong order. Only in bfbb. No, actually, I don't know if Scooby does it. I think it's just bfbb. Yeah, I think it's just bfbb. The randomizer was broken. At one point, it was broken. You couldn't even use it. And then they fixed it 1.79, the version around that point, it came back, it worked, but it would not work perfectly. It would randomly turn the music off and it would crash, and eventually the game would just break. It would do all kinds of weird things like that. Yeah. So it was broken, but then they fixed it. But now we're on the newest version. In the newest version, you actually have to... You don't put your game in here. You use the heavy mod manager thing to play it. Yeah, there's no game link. As you can see, single file options straight up gone. Single file options not even in here. You only have your game... you have to hook up the heavy mod manager to here, which are done. So yeah, and at that point, I didn't have the heavy mod manager program. I didn't use it. So it's easier. You want to use it because it's easier to play mods. But I'm pretty good at playing them. But this day, a lot of mods use a new format, so you can't just copy and paste them in your game. Which I was okay with doing that. I had no problem with doing that. But yeah, the newer mods all use that format now. Not all of them, but most of them do. The ones that don't use that format, yeah, you can just replace your game files with theirs and play the mod that way. That's all you have to. That's literally what. Yeah, you can do it that way. That's literally what you do. You just go in your game. That's literally what you do with mods. You can just take all the files of bfbb that are in their mods, and you just copy them. Go to your game and replace their files, your files with theirs, and then you can the files that are for their mod, and you can play them. But then the heavy mod manager changes the format, so now the only hip files, all the stuff is in one hit, is all in a hip file, so you can't do it anymore. You have to use the mod manager if they change the format. But so I didn't have the heavy mod manager, so the randomizer I've been using for the last couple of years is not the newest one. It's the 1.79 version, which still has the rainbow ingredients and all that new cool stuff. But this randomizer I've never been able to play. I don't know if anybody's documented the new version. I'm sure someone's played it, but if no one's actually tried the new version, well, I'm going to show you what it does. It doesn't work, actually. Yeah, unfortunately. I'll show you it. So in case, I hope, yeah, it gets out, and then Industrial Park. I'm going to have to, yeah, I just want to make a video on it. Eventually I'll make a video on it, so in case someone sees this, and I'll probably talk about it on the thing, but, I should make a video on it, honestly, because it doesn't work. But I did copy and paste. I even went in the backup and copied and pasted the backup. I even tried the backup. I replaced the backup and tried that again. See that? So I went on my way to try everything. I replaced the backup in the heavy mod manager with a new BFB backup. I copied and pasted it. I went in backup and copied the backup files and put it in the. So maybe that was the problem. I don't know. It's possible. Sometimes, I don't know. So we're going to try that. But you're going to see, if this still doesn't work, then yeah, there's something wrong with it. I even copied the backup before randomizing it, and before using any kind of, and I copied the backup files that aren't changed. The heavy mod manager makes a backup of your game. And I put it in, replaced it with, yeah, that. So now it's going to be clean BFBB. If there is any modifications to it, it's going to be a clean one it won't interfere with anything. So if it still doesn't work, then there's a problem with the randomizer again. Yeah, you can't use a new one, I don't think, but we'll see. I'll show you what it does for you in case you want to try this new version. Yeah, you're gonna have this problem. Now, if anybody watches this video and you do use a new Industrial Park with the new randomizer and you can use it, please let me know how to get it to work. How you got it working, because I can't get the damn thing to work. So if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know, because I don't want to give false information here if it does actually work, but I don't think it works. I think I'm doing everything properly. I even copied the backup and replaced it, so it should work now. There's nothing interfering with it. Shouldn't be anything interfering with it. And if in case you're wondering, none of the games work. No, this is actually a major. Yeah, it's really a problem again. You can't randomize Scooby, that makes sense because that randomizer is kind of funky anyway. The newer randomizer didn't work with that game. It's been broken for a while actually. BFBB was fixed. But you couldn't mod no, all 3 games don't work. Scooby-Doo, you can actually, when you do it with that game, it keeps telling you to press GameCube, but it will ask you to do that even Industrial Park, you have to open it. It will when you open the hip and hop files and in the editor, you drag them in. It's going to ask you to click what console you're on. And it'll be a little window up here. You click GameCube. If you're on GameCube, you're on PS2, you switch to PS2. If you're on Xbox, you switch to Xbox. And you click OK. Whatever it says. Continue or whatever it says. That's it. It opens the editor and you can, the level's open. Hip and hop files open. If you use the randomizer, same thing. You have to actually click the little window. When you click run, you have to click little GameCube thing. The window opens up here and you have to pick the console you're on. Then it will perform the randomizer and you'll see that green bar where it starts performing it. The percentage thing comes up. And then once it finishes, if it doesn't run into any weird errors, it will say randomizer complete. A warp log's been added to your game's directory, and you can look in. You're there to see what levels, warps you have, blah. All that's what it tells you. Then you can go in your game and play it, and have all the files be all randomized, and the stuff in them randomized. But what happens is with Scooby, when you click the console, click continue or OK, whatever it says. Then it will say, click it again. You click it, and then it will say it again and again and again. Yeah, no, I'm not making it up. It's literally what it does. And that game wasn't even... That was a clean backup. I didn't throw any mods in for Scooby-Doo. That was a clean back. I still have my mods here. I just copied the backup and pasted it back just in case. But everything I've done... So let's see what... I'll show you. I've turned everything on that I normally turn on. Vertex colors, which is... This means rainbow. For those that don't want the rainbow effect, if you want to turn this on... And you want to use 1.79 Industrial Park or the newer ones, you can't use this rainbow green effect. Was not added until later versions. It's sick as hell. Colors, yeah. Enemy types. Oh yeah, we didn't touch that. But you know what? I can kill us to touch that right now because I don't think this is even gonna work right now. So I don't care to touch that. Maybe that was the problem. I'll even try not changing the types. Maybe that will. I'll even try that. See, I'll try different things this time. I did change the tikis though, but yeah, everything's turned on. Textures are on. This is on. Would be on, but this is a bug. This off means on and on means off. Yeah, this setting actually has a problem. It's never been fixed, and maybe this version they did fix it. I don't know. I can't even randomize it though, so I can't tell. But normally this setting you have to turn this to false for it to work. If it's true, it doesn't work. Yeah, it's the opposite. So if you want to use this setting, you have to make sure it's false, and it'll be on. False is on and true is off. You also get a new setting for you can choose a custom scale. You can choose a scale of how and make the level really big. It's not random. You pick your scale, but there's a random scale load that one. Yeah, right here. This is random scale. Likely, unlikely. How small? Minimum and maximum, but you can pick a first scale, so it's not random. You can just pick numbers in. So you can choose. Those are cool to play with. You can choose the spatulas. And for those that don't know, Chum Bucket Lab, you can turn that. You can also choose how many spatulas you want it to go to the final boss. I picked 40 this time. And if you don't want to make the randomizer annoying as hell, turn this shit off. All menu warps lead to HBO1. Turn that off because if you have that enabled, you're gonna try to find levels. It's just hell because if you open, let's say you unlock Jellyfish Fields, you have to first find the warp yourself. Yeah, you have to find it. Unless you have cheats on, then you can just go to the pause and just open up any level you want, even in random. Good luck finding it again because what could happen is if you want to go back to that certain level, or if you're gonna have to open up Goo Lagoon. Then Goo Lagoon taxi pad takes you to Sandy's house. Leave Sandy's house, it might take you to downtown. Then it might take you. I'm just giving you an example. Then it will take you to SpongeBob Pineapple. Leave SpongeBob Pineapple, you end up. Then you find Jellyfish Fields, and you have to go through a bunch of levels to find that level. And if you forget where it is, good luck finding it. So once I find the level, I can just open it from the pause menu. So I like having that off. Honestly, I don't want to play it I don't know how people play it like that. Shift plays it like that. I'm like, oh my god. I used to play it like that too, but I got tired of it. Now I'm good. I have that off. So everything I want on is on. So we're gonna now hit the run button, and we'll see I'll show you what it does. So here we go. I'm not gonna cut it. No, we're not cutting it. I want to show you what it does. There's nothing wrong. I have editor files. Like in here, it doesn't need them. It would tell you if it needs them. Everything I even copied and pasted the backup, so I have a clean backup. So maybe now it will actually work. We'll see. I really actually do hope it. I actually hope it works. If it doesn't work, and in case if this doesn't work tonight, we're not playing randomizer. I'll do this another day. I'll probably do it tomorrow or something weekend. Or next week. I'm praying. I'm actually crossed. I really hope this does actually work, because I want to play this. See, if the new version apparently has new settings. Oh, darn it. Okay, so I did nothing wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. No, I literally copied and pasted. I even tried backing up the file and doing a clean. No, it still crashes. That sucks. That's frustrating. Yeah, as you can see for yourself, that's what it does. And the randomizer is here. You go in here, go to mods. You can see it. It did make it for you, but you're gonna look in here. It's gonna only give you half the files because it crashed. Well, Windows 11, I swear. See, it didn't finish. So you get like half. You're getting half the game. And wow, it didn't even. They even changed the format to HIP files only. Yeah, so this randomizer is not even working. Like straight up. Wait a minute. We can actually see if it actually worked. We can open it. Can we? Yeah, we can literally open this right now. Yeah, I'm gonna try opening this and see if there's anything. Okay, this would be interesting. Let's see if it actually did anything. Okay. No, that's not what I meant to open. Editor. Come on. Open that. And we're gonna open that. And we're gonna see what happens if I try to open the randomized files. I closed it. I literally closed it. How to Heavy Mod Manager? But I'm gonna open it. Apparently, I closed it. Okay. See, bfbb randomizer files. Let's open it didn't even get to the hub files. Well, we have DB. Let's open. Let's see. Are you serious? Oh, that's fine. That's as far as I got, I guess. What the hell? Oh, wait a minute. No, because he doesn't. Oh, no, wait. No, we did convert them to HIP files. I see. HIP. It did convert these. And we got some. Okay. Did it even randomize anything? It's probably going to pull up an error message if we try to open it. No, it actually did. It worked. But, okay, it worked. Sadly, you can't play it, though. Yeah, you can. That's the cool thing about this. You can even open this in the editor, and you can even edit it now if you want to apply. You can like fold stuff in the randomizer. I don't know. I don't do it. You do it beforehand usually, but I'm just saying. But yeah, you can even open in the editor, dude, if you wanted to, and look at things. The cursed. Yeah, sadly, this did actually work. She looks like a flippin' vampire, dude. She looks like she has fangs there. What the frick? Yeah, as you can see, it's working. But it didn't finish before me. It crashed halfway. So there's a setting. I don't know what's so different about this. They say there's new settings. Where? Like, I guess it's supposed to tell you to open the Heavy Mod Manager if it finishes before me. It's supposed to say. I don't know what it's supposed to do. It says that you can add new settings, but I guess. But it didn't. It crashes, so you can't even play it. But it did work. It just didn't finish the levels. Okay, so I don't have to do the Scooby-Doo thing, but I don't really want to do that because it's annoying. But if you do it with Scooby-Doo, it's gonna act really weird. Yeah, it's gonna act really annoying. If you try it with the Scooby-Doo thing. You know what? I'll actually show you what it does. I'm not gonna show you a movie because I don't. Movie actually doesn't. What movie does is kind of funny though, but I don't feel like doing it whole free right now. With movie, if you do it with movie, it will finish randomizing after filling up like a lot of error messages. Then after that, you can open the game actually, and then you can and then it will think it still worked, but once the level opens, there's no level. You're in a black. It literally destroys the BSPs. It destroys the level model. It literally destroys the level model, and you're in a black void with the music of the level, but nothing else. I am not even kidding. It's that bad right now. There's a massive glitch that's happening, and I don't. Oh yeah, that sucks because most people that want to use the randomizer is literally included here, and everybody is gonna get the new version of Industrial Park, and they're gonna literally go, oh, you can edit the game. There's an editor. You can make mods, and you can also use a randomizer. Most people might want to try this out at some point, even if you don't. If you want to edit it, you might want to try this at some point. Yeah, you won't be able to. It's gonna break. It's not gonna work for you. It's gonna break. It will completely not work. So, yeah, it's just annoying. So now we can delete this because it didn't work. The FE randomizer didn't work. I'm not gonna keep something that's straight up damaged. Games. This is where you go to find your backup files. So like where it's in here. It's neatly in here. Scooby. So now we're gonna grab backup. Copy. Go to. You just go to backup. Control C. Copy it. Then go to game itself. And then we placed because we tried randomizing it, and so I'm gonna put the backup back. That way it is clean backup. So I'll show you what this game does. It's not working well. This is even weirder. What if you try to randomize it? It's even worse. Okay, there we go. New version. Yep, same one. Yep. Okay, what it does. Randomizer. Wait, do we have two open now? No, that's the editor. Do this again. So, this is, if you don't know how to use the randomizer, this is basically how you use it. Pick a game you want. So it's Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. Night of 100 Frights. And pick this. It's already in there. Oh, it's already. Oh, okay, cool. You don't have to pick it again. It only has it directed. Okay, that's good. But my first time trying this with Scooby, it still did it. Yeah, it still did it. But okay, you know what I'm gonna try doing? Not turning vertex colors on. Let's try not turn that stuff on. Maybe there's something wrong with some of the settings. How about we just try not turning that on? This is still gonna suck though because you can't use these settings though. So let's try the bare minimum actually. Let's try actually doing this, the bare minimum, like turning none of this on. See if it will work. Like you have the randomizers. You still have warps. You still have these on. Warps are still randomized, so it means it's still the randomizer. You have to go for the different doors and get flown around Mystic Manor and all the levels. But I'm not going to turn on any settings because one of these, the randomizer itself could be it could be a thing that doesn't work. So let's just pull everything out of the way so we can figure this out. So this is the bare minimum stuff that's on. If you just rush and turn and hit 1, you're gonna get bare minimum stuff. You're not gonna have Chaos Edition. You're only gonna have like warps and items in the wrong spot. That's literally it. It won't be like all the cool textures and gradients and all that sound effects and voices all the cool shit you want on won't be on. So, and most people might not even think to turn it on. They might just go right down here and click run if you don't actually look at the settings. So we're going to try the bare minimum and see what happens. This is the bare minimum I'm going to try. And we'll see, get it out of the way. We'll see what this does. So this is what will pop up. Normally this is what you see. You're supposed to see this. Okay, Scooby, for some reason, you have to click this. So we're constantly on, we're on GameCube. So you see GameCube, click GameCube. Well, isn't that strange? So it wants me to click GameCube again. So we're on GameCube. I'm going to click it again. And I'm going to click it again. And again. And again. And again. Yeah, you see what I mean, though? That's what... And this bar will slowly move. And you literally got to keep doing this until it ends. Yeah, this is me not doing anything incorrect. This is really what it's doing. I mean, I put the Heavy Mod Manager in here. I literally did. Is there something wrong if you had a Heavy Mod Manager build? It could be, maybe it's a build. I'm not reinstalling the Heavy Mod Manager. I already have it. On my laptop, I'll try an older version. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I already have mods on there. I don't want to have to put them all. No, I'm good. I don't know if it's the randomizer or whatever it is. I hope Igor fixes. Please fix this. If you ever, please fix this. This is you can't. And also like I said, like the ever thing of Industrial Park that's got a problem is when you mod bfbb, it puts the textures and models in the opposite. It puts everything not in the right order. So the texture layer gets phoned down below, and yeah, it does. That's a minor problem. I'm just saying what it does. And duplicate ones have the late glitch, but that's been there forever. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Whatever. It's a minor thing. It's not the biggest thing. The duplicate ones still work ever than that. Well, actually, sometimes they don't spit the enemies. Like once in a while, it might glitch a little bit, but that's why I just focus on movie modding when it comes to spawners because they work way better. They don't have that weird problem. Come on, dude. Oh my gosh, Scooby-Doo. I'm clicking the flipping thing. What else do you want me to do, bro? This is GameCube. Like, it's GameCube. Now, the thing about Scooby-Doo is this might be a little glitch that this keeps coming up. We still put bare minimum settings on, so let's see what happens when it performs it. You know what we actually might also do? I'm going to make this a long-ass video. I'm actually going to go back and try bfbb again. Because that thing does not make it keep clicking this over and over again. I'm probably going to skip this. But yeah, I'm just showing you what this actually does. Yeah, it does this over and over until the bar finishes. It will make you keep clicking this. Yeah, and here's the thing, guys. Nobody's probably tested the new version. I don't think... Has anybody tried the new version? Tekken maybe did? I don't know if anyone else has tried the new version. Because I don't think... I think they would have fixed this, honestly, if they knew about it. Because, yeah, no, this is a problem. Yeah, it's a major issue. Because you can't even, like, randomize it. And with Scooby-Doo, this keeps coming up. It keeps doing this. It's like... It's so sad because the randomizer was working, actually, the new version. They literally did a good job. They added the rainbow grid. When they first added new settings, it didn't work. But then they went back after 4 updates. They finally fixed the randomizer. I'm like, yes, they fixed it. And you could do the rainbow and all the things because they added new features. But you couldn't use them because the randomizer didn't work. You couldn't use it at all. And now we're back to the same state. You literally can't use it again. The editor doesn't run into too many problems with updates. You might run into a little thing here and there that's funky, like I told you, with copy and pasting links don't work at one point. And Mindy's shell became glitchy at one point. Oh, there's little things that might happen with some updates, and then you try a different version, that thing doesn't happen. But the randomizer keeps getting nuked. I don't know what happens with the updates, but this poor thing keeps getting nuked. Like, and honestly, it's the only thing that keeps getting destroyed. It's like, what's going on? Yeah, there must be some compatibility issue that's happening. I don't know. It's either that or the heavy mod manager has a bug or something. I don't know. It's one of the. It's this or this. The heavy mod manager, or the randomizer, or they're both fighting it. I don't know what's going on. Too bad we can't just not use the heavy mod manager and try on its own because see if it can work. But no, you have to put it in there for this to work. Yeah, this is very annoying. God. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna just straight up cut this, because this is gonna keep doing this until it ends. This is just frustrating. Holy shit. It's gonna keep doing it, dude. It's literally gonna keep doing it. Actually, quicker doing it here because it just spawns right here with the OBS really open. It spawns it like right here. It's quicker. Okay, never mind. Now it's gonna put it up there. Yeah, this is stupid, dude. I don't know why that's happening. It's a damn shame that we can't try the new version because there's cool things that apparently they added, and I want to try it. And yeah, we can't try them. And that's like teasing me. That sucks, dude. Because there's new things apparently you can use. Apparently there's new settings you can play with Heavy Mod Manager. They say Igor says it literally in the update notes with Industrial Park. He literally states there's in the update notes it says actually that there's new things you can turn on. But I've not been able to try this. So this has literally been busted for so long and I don't know if anybody's tried this. So I'll make a video on it so it's shown, so now people know what this is doing. This is literally what it does. It literally does this. I don't know why that's happening. It's a frustrating because you can open the editor, you can see that it randomizes those levels, but there's a certain point where it gave up with bfbb. This game is still it will go the whole way, but it throws errors every second. It's telling you it thinks you have to keep clicking. It thinks you have to keep clicking on this for some reason, and it's very annoying. You have to just sit here and keep clicking on it because it won't. Yeah, because you can't exit the stupid thing until it's finished, unless you force it to close. You go into your task manager. And it's just irritating. It's obviously not going to work for you. But you have to let this thing finish because it's going to keep doing this stupid error thing. Yeah, I don't know what happened, dude. The randomizer is funny, dude. It kind of does this. Like, we're the new version, and it was a shame because it was working really well. The last couple versions, it was working really well. Yeah, and recently it's been broken, and nobody know. I didn't know it was back to being broken. I thought it was fine. I thought it was back to normal. I never had the heavy mod manager, so I couldn't test this out. I couldn't test this to see if it works. You couldn't test this, so now if you guys know how to get it to 1, if there's a way to get this thing to work, I'm doing nothing. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I literally made a backup. I did everything it tells me. I did everything it's telling me to do. Like, honestly. I even tried this another time. I kept the heavy mod manager open too. I tried every little thing I know, and it still acts up. I tried copying and pasting. I tried reinstalling the backup. Everything. It still does it. Scooby-Doo did it with a clean backup. I didn't install any mods. That game doesn't have pretty much any mods for that game other than Mystic mod, which is a great mod by the way. But this doesn't. Ugh. Yeah, it just doesn't work, so I'm gonna get this right now. Okay, it's almost done. I want to show you that it's finished performing, so I don't want to cut it too much, so I want to show you that what it's doing fully. This is what it even tells you it's finished, so it still says, oh, it actually this came up, but with all those things, I'm pretty sure it didn't work properly, and no, it did not work properly. you're gonna see what happens when you start running it. Yeah, see, it's complete, and everything's okay. So it seems. I knew, it's not gonna be okay from all those air meshes. That is annoying. Scooby-Doo is just holy shit, dude. You go to mods. Yeah, there's Scooby Wando. Files. Okay, I think it has everything here. I don't know. Yeah. Warp log. Yeah, here's the warp log. You can look at this if you want to cheat and find warps. Where you go, you open that. See if we can play it. Oh, please, let's see I'll show you what it does. Scooby. And see, and it does make it for you. It does automatically put it here for you, which is nice. It's too bad it doesn't work, but randomizer, randomized game. It's damn a shame, actually. I'm actually it's like, because he added new features to it, and now we don't know what these features are going to even be, because we can't actually. Wait a minute. If I click on here, then you click on settings. Where's new randomizer settings? Like, Is there randomizer settings for here? Huh. What do you mean, new set? What? What's the... What? There's no setting. I don't see any... Yes, but it doesn't mean, it's just for it doesn't mean anything. It just means in the mods folder, I think the warp log. There's nothing, or is there? Let me see. I don't know. Let's open it and find out. Mods, files, settings. There's settings. How do you open this? Is it Notepad? I don't think that's for anything. It says, I don't know. Yeah, there's settings in here. Yeah, there is settings in here. I don't know. Ah, oh, man, dude, that sucks, dude. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not really sure. Character folders. Oh man, I'm sad, dude. Yeah, this sucks. There is settings. There is things in here, and you can't actually play with them. Yeah, that sucks. Please fix this. Honestly, Igor's not gonna. The problem with, I don't know if he's really done with this thing. If you're gonna, please come back. Please fix this thing. At least fix the randomizer, please. Or like, because I want to see the settings you're talking about. That's yeah. I want to see what you're, and you can't use them. Man, dude, if you could, please update it like at least one more time. If you ever do get back to that, please update it again, because I can't use this. And there's new things you can play with, but you can't use them. And there's settings in there. Yeah, there's a settings file in there, so that's what he's talking about. You can't even use it. You really can't use it. Come on, dude. That's sad, dude. That's actually... You did a cool new thing I want, and you can't use it. That's so... That's frustrating. Oh, it actually worked that time. Wait!
You smell that salty sea air, Scoob? You know what that means, buddy.
Because we turned the bare minimum settings on, so...
Seafood!
Okay, wait a minute. So the bare minimum settings do turn on. You can turn on the bare minimum. So you can turn on the bare minimum of settings, but you can't actually, when the textures you can't randomize and stuff. So I'm going to be doing this with bfbb again, but yeah, you guys do know there's a problem with this, so you can't use all the cool wacky settings, but so you're going to have to go in there and play with other settings, but at least you can mess with the custom settings part now, but you won't be able to use the settings you normally would use, so unless he fixes that, but it's just so you can touch things and play around with things. I'm going to be messing with that at some point, but so there is a settings file you can play with, so that's actually kind of cool. We'll look into that, but so you can do that at least right now. You can do that for you, but you're gonna have to turn on the bare minimum of settings. Now, does bfbb work with the bare minimum of settings? Scooby-Doo didn't work actually, but you look what you have to do though. You have to click continue. You have to click GameCube, like over and over again. So yeah, that's not. They need to fix this. Yeah, they need to fix that probably, because that's really annoying. But at least with bfbb, if you click bare minimum settings, you don't have to deal with that. But it's just gonna break immediately when we go somewhere. No, it doesn't. See, well, Scooby-Doo randomizer is kind of fun, and you still got the, because you can really play it. You can really end up in different places, just run around. But so Igor did add. I didn't turn on the upgrades. I forgot to do that. I completely forgot to turn those on. You need these on for this game if you want to play it. I completely forgot to turn that on. That's okay. I didn't think it was gonna run it. I didn't think it was actually gonna work. But yeah, okay. So you can still use the bare minimum of settings. So okay, we do have a randomized Scooby-Doo. But I'm gonna redo it though, but because I don't have any upgrades on. I'm gonna have to go in the boot file and turn them on manually, I think. Like yeah, I have to look into that. All I care about right now is like seeing if it freezes. So this Industrial Park really has added some cool effects. Like, cool, good job, Igor, dude. This is sick. I just hope that. So this is actually cool. There's a setting file you can play around with. Yeah, you can really play around with a settings file. Oh, frick, doggy can't go that way. It's too bad for a Scooby dog. I don't have double jump. This is gonna be even more annoying than it should be. They don't have double. At this point, you're supposed to have that move. I didn't turn off. I really didn't turn those on. Shit. Come on. Give me the damn keyboard. So the sounds are not damaged, so that's still not coming back, that problem. Oh, great. Let's put that right up there. Great. Let's go, go, go. And this is why you don't want warps on for Scoob. This is what, yeah, it's gonna do this. This is why you don't want warps on for Scoob. Like, you don't want to turn, not warps, I mean, character placement settings, whatever. You don't want those on. Like player set settings. You want to turn player set settings off, because it's gonna improve markers. In markers, because if you turn those on, you're gonna have that problem, so okay, so this game does one for you. Interesting. I'm really. Why doesn't turbo mode even work right now? As you can see, it's very laggy right now too. So there's some glitches that are happening. So there's something wrong with it. But it's with the bare minimum settings, you can use it. But you really lose all the cool stuff. Yeah, you can't use the colors and everything. That's not nice, randomizer. You're being nasty, randomizer. You're teasing people. Why would you make it so you can't turn that? The randomizer's being a complete bad randomizer. It's yeah, it doesn't want to turn that stuff. Like, honestly. Like, you can't turn on those settings, dude, no. Okay, let's see where this goes. We're gonna play this at some point. I think we're gonna play this game next, actually. We'll play this one. Unless somebody gives me a suggestion for them, but I think we should play this one. This one's fun to play, actually. This generally is a fun game to to play. Because you can, doors, you can just keep going through doors, like, constantly. You don't have to even find a key. Yeah, you can just run through things, it's fun. Well, we don't have this on, so we have to go this way. Yeah, you can just straight up just go get ping-ponged anywhere. It's fun. See, I can go right in here and go somewhere else instantly. Just explore. So it's working okay. Just you can't turn set. So now we're going to try. Okay, that's a long camera. Holy shit. I thought it froze. Okay, so that's what that does. So Scooby-Doo does that. So now we're going to do BFBB again. And this won't take nearly as long because I don't have to click GameCube all the time and have it keep saying it. So, okay. So let's try BFBB again. I'm going to have to put the backup back. Holy shit, dude. Okay, I'm going to have to do this again. Where's the damn backup files? Yeah, it's better to be safe than... Yeah, I gotta do that, so... Let's go back. It's actually... This is way more organized. Good job, Igor, because it makes things way more organized, too, even with randomizer. Like, you got all your games just here. Honestly, this is quite a bit better. BFBB. So, back up. Control C, and we'll go to the game itself and place replace that with the backup, so we can put it back. So we can do it again. So now we can do this again, and hopefully it doesn't. All right, so do this again. Industrial Park. I'm going to actually not turn on. We're not going to play around with anything. We're just going to load it as is. Nothing. I'm not going to touch anything. I'm going to leave it as is, just to see if it works. Meaning you're going to have the neighborhood thing on, which I don't want that on. I would turn that off right now, but let's just leave everything as default, just to see if, because Scooby-Doo actually loaded. If you're wondering what Scooby-Doo did last time, it loaded up with a big green screen and it froze. If you turn settings on, so yeah, Even when that's all it does if you turn. So let's try this. Let's do the bare minimum of this one. With bfbb, and yeah, my medic is still in there. Run. We're not going. So does it work with bare minimum settings? Does it work? I hope so. I really hope so. Because as you can see, it's a lot quicker because it doesn't have to randomize like textures and colors and voices and it's much quicker with that. But you want those things to be on because it makes the thing. That's the whole point of the randomizer. That's what everybody likes about it. Including me. You want that on. That stuff is what makes it fun and cursed. Because of all that crap that happens. Like you want that on. So like, I hope the settings are interesting to play with because at least if you have those extra settings, you can mess with whatever those things do. I hope that they should add, like you can play as different characters like in the randomizer. Yeah, I hope there's settings for that. That'd be cool things. You can go in there and pick, so you can load up as Larry. You're SpongeBob, but you're wearing it's different skins. Like imagine being that would be funny as hell. If the randomizer actually did that. If it swapped animations with other characters, or because the Industrial Park, you can go in there and edit. You can swap characters' animations with other characters, and you can play as custom people by just simply slapping it together. Yeah, I showed you guys that my channel. You know, me and yeah, it's like honestly though, like this just cool as hell. This stuff. Me and Robustus Archive both show you that stuff. Well, he found it first with the Scooby stuff, but we both go ahead and do that stuff with like that stuff works. So if Industrial Park has a setting, they should add that to the randomizer. Well, all the you can load up as random characters or something. That's what Hit and One randomizer does. Yeah, that'd be fun. They should do that. Hit and One randomizer, you can straight up play Millhouse when you load up a level. You can play as freaking Hans Moleman and shit. Okay, so BFB's out of the question. Okay, that's not good. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, you can't even use bare minimum settings. Oh crap! You can't even use bare minimum settings for that. That really sucks. Yeah, they need to fix this. Honestly, I'm gonna have to ask Tech Z about this if he knows if he got it working somehow, or I'll have to ask him at some point about this. This sucks, dude. Oh my god, this legit sucks. That's frustrating. Well, so now you know what this does. So yeah, new randomizer doesn't really work. Scooby-Doo a little bit, but you're gonna have leggy cutscenes and at least you can go into settings and touch some stuff. So at least you can see what that probably does. But you can't do it with bfbb, the game that most people want to play it with. That you can't. So please fix this. Because I want to see this new thing you added, this new settings you added to the thing, and we can't do it right now. Unless someone figures out a way to get it working. I could turn off more settings for BFB. I could try turning more settings off. I might try that again. I'm going to do it in my own time, but yeah, I might try turning more stuff off. But then again, then you're not randomizing it then. If you turn too much stuff off, then you're not having the trippy, crappy experience you're supposed to have with a randomizer. You're not getting the thing you want to get with it. If you turn a bunch of stuff off. So yeah, that sucks. So anyway, I just want to document this issue so at least it's out there. I thought this randomizer was going to work. No, it literally doesn't. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.